Then Jesus broke it down, and that's why I got to bag up for a moment. That's why those of you that walk around here and you be saying you don't care what people think about you, something wrong with you. If you save and sanctify, you shouldn't want nobody to think you a whoremonger. If you faithful to your husband, you shouldn't want nobody to think you're adulterer. You should be a little bit concerned about what folks think and what they say about you. And I think that's just a big excuse when folks say that because they want to live any kind of way. And so Jesus found it necessary to find out or ask Sister Lamar, who do men say I am? And then after he received the report of who men said that he was, he asked those that were close to him. It's something about people when they're close to you, they should know who you are. For the Bible said, know them that labor among you. You should not walk around with people that when folks speak your name, they ain't got nothing good to say about you. You should surround yourself with some folks that Bible say that love covers the multitude of faults, that you cannot be perfect, but you're striving for perfection, and they ain't got to bad mouth you and lie on you and tell all your secrets, because the Bible lets me know that we've all sinned and come short of the glory of God. So why are you trying to tell somebody what I did, what you do? So Jesus wanted to know, who do men say that I am? Then Peter got anointed. He said, thou art the Christ, Son of the living God. If you're going to serve God, you ought to know who he is. You ought to know. See, Jeremiah said that this thing is just like fire. Even when I don't want to do it, it's still just raising up in me. Even when I don't want to preach, I find myself preaching. When you know who God is, it don't matter how folks look upside your head. It don't matter how folks talk about you and lie on you. When you know who God is, every now and then your hands will go up. Every now and then your feet will get a little light. Every now and then a hallelujah will be in your belly when you really know who he is. So I had to call some character witnesses, Sister Tamika, and they wanted to testify about who he was. I met this woman that had an issue of blood. She had been sick, and the Bible said that she had spent all her money trying to be healed because she was tired of being sick. And at the time that she met this man named Jesus, Sister Smith, Jesus was on his way to Jared's house to pray for his daughter. And here this woman was that should not have even been out among people. She heard that Jesus was passing through, and she purposed in her heart to say, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I could be made whole. I know some of you will sit around folks that's self-righteous and think you don't deserve no blessing, but if you could just touch the hem of his garment, if you could just get in the presence of God, so what they laughed at you, so what they talked about you, all you got to do is just get in his presence. The Bible said that she touched the hem of his garment. And when she touched the hem of his garment, immediately she was made whole. And while Jared was waiting on Jesus to come by his house, the little girl died. And she lay dead until Jesus got there. And they laughed. But the Bible lets us know that if Jared was here today, he may tell you that he may not come when you want him. Sometime he'll be a little, you think, late. But when he walked into the room, he spoke light to the little dead girl. He may not answer you today. He may not answer you tomorrow. But weeping may endure for a night. But joy cometh in the morning if you can hold on. So Jared would have to testify and say, he didn't come when I first sent for him, but he showed up and he showed out. There are some of us that have storms in our lives. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to pray. Look like it's one problem after another problem. Look like the moment that your money gets fine, something goes wrong with the children. Look like the moment God make the children act right, something goes wrong with the marriage. Look like the moment the marriage start acting good, something goes wrong with the car. Look like it's trouble on every hand and storms coming every day back to back, and you're asking yourself, can I take any more? Yeah, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, because the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He's leading me beside the still waters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. Thou art with me. So the disciples tell me that we were on the ship with him, Brother Smith, and a storm arose on the ship. And when we went to the master, he was asleep. And we told the master, can you get up? Because there's a storm. But what they didn't realize, that he really wasn't really asleep. Because my Bible lets me know he doesn't sleep, nor does he slumber. He's able to calm a storm. Even if he laid on his back, he's able. So they woke him up. I feel like preaching today. They woke him up, Sister Smith, out of his sleep. And he rebuked them for disturbing him and said, oh, ye of little faith. Can I talk to some folks that's going through some stuff? Don't be moved because of the storms that's in your life, because God has it in control. God is on my side. Why should I be moved? So he spoke to the wind, and they began to obey. Then I ran into Peter, and Peter said, I want to testify. I know who he is. I saw him one night. He was walking on water. And I asked him a question. I said, if it be you, master, would you bid me to come? And all of a sudden, and there's a lesson in this thing, all of a sudden, Peter started walking on the water. And as long, Sister King, as he kept his eyes on the Lord, he walked on the water. But the moment he took his eyes off of the Lord, he began to sink. But what I like about Peter, he didn't have a proud spirit that day. When he saw himself sinking, he said, Lord, save me. I'm about to drown. Save me. I ain't ready to die. Save me. You can't be so proud that when you see yourself sinking, that you don't reach up toward a merciful God and say, save me. I ain't ready to die. So, Peter, then I found Peter again. Peter had this mother-in-law, and Peter had to testify to say, well, I find him to be a healer. Because my mother-in-law, who I choose not to even call her real name, just going to identify her as my mother-in-law, she fell sick, Sister Rayford. And the Bible said Jesus made a house call. And when he got through ministering, she sat up in the bed and she began to minister to him. So I guess Peter would say, I know him because he'll come to my house. It ain't got to be no big house. It ain't got to have no chandeliers and no wall-to-wall carpet. But he'll come to my apartment. He'll come to my front. He'll come wherever I am. And he'll do what needs to be done. Somebody shout, Jesus. So then there was a little paralyzed man. And the Bible lets us know that he didn't even really ask to come, but he had, Marco, come on. Would you be my little cripple boy today? Come on. Come on up here real quickly. Move quickly. So he was, would you lay down there for us? Lay down right over there. Yeah. No, turn the other way, cripple boy. But The Bible said that this guy, he didn't really even make no request. But said he had 4 friends, 4 of them. It was 4 friends. 4 friends that were concerned. See, you got to make sure that you got some friends that know Jesus. You trying to partner up with folk cause they got a Mercedes Benz. No, I'm getting with them mothers down at the temple that get on their knees and pray. No, they ain't driving no Benz, but baby, they get a prayer through. They know how to call on a true and living God. You trying to partner up with folks because they got on Gucci and Prada. But baby, better get with somebody that got some scars on their knees that know